And so they want the protection in the Constitution.
Actually, there's a lot of young people in America who are trying to take away the Second Amendment right. They're fighting against it, actually, and rescinding it. What would you tell them?
They are deluded. They are mistaken. I mean, they are betraying their founding fathers' ideas. Yes.
You heard it here. And not only that, not only the Second Amendment right. Being here, I'm an American, and one thing I've really realized that I take for granted is being able to express my opinion. I can get on YouTube, on Facebook, say anything I want, but here, everybody I ask, they need to make sure their faces are covered. So there's can you speak to that? Like just the freedoms that that Americans take for granted and how important they really are.
Yes, the Bill of Rights. I mean, all of them, each amendment, they protect important human rights. The reason I'm carrying a sign about the Second Amendment is because actually you need the Second Amendment to protect the others. But they're all important.
Yeah, very true. Well, Gai Yao. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
This one of the big things about the Second Amendment that a lot of people have forgotten is that it's not in the news. It's like, we need to go hunting. But the original purpose of the Second Amendment was to protect the people from the government, from a tyrannical government, and that's what the people advocating for the Second Amendment here understand, right? And one interesting tidbit, for myself, I didn't really understand the Second Amendment's true purpose until I heard a very interesting anecdote. In World War II, the Japanese, this is a story I heard, were considering a land invasion against the U.S. And the head of one of the heads of the military did an analysis, and he found that there was no way to invade the U.S. And he said to the emperor at the time that if we invade the U.S., there will be a rifle behind every blade of grass. Very, very interesting point on the Second Amendment. Man, but take a look at this. So many U.S. flags. Look at this. Look at this. Make Hong Kong great again. Wow. Super, super, super powerful. Yeah. And so many American flags. And I really feel that the people, they're waving the flag, for one thing, to thank the U.S. for passing the bill, but the other is because they really understand what the U.S. stands for, the ideals that it's built upon. The people I've spoken to, I mean, sometimes they know more about the Bill of Rights than the average U.S. college student. It's amazing. Can I ask you a quick question, sir?
Yes, but my English is so poor.
It's okay. Let's see. If Donald Trump was watching this right now, what would you tell him?
Thank you, President Trump. Yeah, thank you. Keep standing with Hong Kong. We will keep fighting for the freedom. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, there you have it. Gai Yao.
Gai Yao.
Yeah, man. It seems like, I haven't been counting, but almost everybody I asked, that's exactly the answer. Thank you. Thank you, Donald Trump, for signing the bill. Wow. There you have it. Can I ask you a quick question? Very simple. If Donald Trump was watching this right now, what would you tell him?
I love you.
Well, look, if Melania, if it doesn't work out with her, there it is.
Thank you, President Trump, for liberating Hong Kong, and thank you for standing with Hong Konger. Thank you for fighting with us, and God bless America. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, America. America. Liberate Hong Kong. Liberate Hong Kong.
There you have it.
CCP go to the hell. Anti-China.
Wow. That, a lot of people are echoing that sentiment. A lot of people have that sign that says, "Heaven will destroy the CCP." It's funny. A lot of people, a lot of young people right now in America are wanting more communism. They're actually, on college campuses, they're, sometimes having like rallies for more communism in the U.S. What would you tell those young people?
CCP and communist is cancer on earth. So thank you for standing Hong Konger. Anti-China. Anti-China. Thank you, America.
Anything to add?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. God bless America.
Okay, I think they said it all. Wow. Super, super powerful out here. Take a look that way. Man, so many beautiful flags. And here it's not, it's not just young people. I was actually expecting a lot of mostly young people, but there's such a good mix. Young people, older people.
Resist Beijing! Resist Beijing! Resist Beijing! CCP go to hell! CCP go to hell! Resist Beijing! Resist Beijing! Thank you, President Trump! Thank you, President Trump!
Oh my
God
God.
bless America! God bless America! Resist Beijing!
We
Resist Beijing!
need to take this guy back to America here.
Resist Beijing! Thank you, President Trump!
Wow.
Thank you, President Trump! Thank you, President Trump! No one less!
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sure.
If President Trump was watching this right now, what would you tell him?
Yeah, thank you, President Trump. You're great, so helpful for us for, helping us for fight for freedom. Yeah.
What about you? Do you want to add anything?
We all appreciate for all your work, and I think you are a great man. We Hong Kong people thank you very much.
And I have another question. So, the CCP is very intolerant of anything. So, the 5 demands that you're asking for, how long are you willing to fight for them?
Whole my life is fight for that 5 demands. If China or Hong Kong doesn't answer our 5 demands, we won't give up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I will fight for our freedom forever until the day I die. When we die, our son, our daughter will fight for their freedom as well.
You heard it here. Well, thank you guys. Gai Yao. Man, very, very, very powerful sentiment. And actually, almost everybody I talk to shares in that sentiment that, the 5 demands are the physical manifestation of what people are asking for, but it's really the freedom. It's the freedom, the liberty, the democracy. And people are just saying that they're willing to basically fight for it for as long as it takes. That's the sentiment that I'm getting. Which, by the way, I want to make mention here. Everything here is so peaceful. Everything here is so peaceful. You follow the Chinese state propaganda. They make it sound like there's a bunch of rioters on the streets. Not what I'm getting. Everybody's answers are measured. Everybody's peaceful. Can I ask you a quick question? If President Trump was watching this right now, what would you tell him? This guy.
Free Hong Kong, fight for freedom. Yeah, simply say that.
Okay, there you have it. I thought he was about to interview me when he took the mic. Wow, look at this. Man, I'd love to take some of these Hong Kongers back to the States so they can march through our streets like this. This looks like a parade that belongs in America. It's beautiful. It's Oh gosh, look at this lady's pants. Look at this lady's pants. Oh my gosh. I wonder whether she got them. Actually, let's ask her. Hey miss, can I ask you a quick question? Okay. I just wanted to ask, did you get these pants for the parade or did you always have them?
I always have this. 10 years already.
They're very nice.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I have one more question. If Donald Trump was watching us right now, okay, never mind. Ooh. All right, man. This is to be honest with you, as an American, I really did not anticipate this coming all the way to Hong Kong, halfway around the world, seeing this many American flags, this many pictures of the president. It's just out of this world. Oh, look at this. Hey, can I ask you a quick question? Okay. Man, something else. Hey, sir, can I ask you a quick question? Okay. Man. Oh, look, our fellow American here from San Francisco. We caught up with her. Any feedback from being in the parade now for an hour?
I cannot believe that I would be singing the national anthem in Hong Kong.
It's true. Yeah.
I mean, we Americans, the athletes, they're kneeling for the flag, and we're here standing up singing national anthem in Hong Kong.
Sure. I don't know about you, but I almost had to dust it off.
Oh, I got all teary, and it was really a touching moment for me. It was.
Me too.
Yeah, were you too? Oh, yeah.
I had the goosebumps all throughout.
I got teary. It was very touching to see so many American flags and people were singing the national anthem. It was something. I'm glad I came.
Yeah, me too. And another thing I like the people I've spoken with, they know about the Bill of Rights more than some college students. They're like telling me about the Bill of Rights.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I was surprised as to how much people know about United States Constitution. Yeah, I know. Yes.
Yeah, and I feel like at first I thought that people were waving the flags just because they're thanking America for the bill.
Like a symbolic thing, I thought, but they know more than that.
Yeah.
They know a lot more. Yeah. They're very knowledgeable. And they're very passionate. Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Kai out. Okay. Until our next meeting. Yeah, and I'll make mention something. Sun Yat-sen, right, who founded the Republic of China, he actually came to the United States and lived in Chinatown and in New York. And he took a lot away from America before he founded the Republic. Hey, can I ask you a question? All right. Hey, can I ask you a question? If President Trump was watching this right now, what would you tell him?
Sorry, pardon.
If President Trump was watching you right now, what would you tell him?
Thank you for your support towards Hong Kong, and Hong Kong really needs the help from the U.S.
Yeah. How did it make you feel on the day when you heard about the bill being signed by Trump?
A bit get shocked because it is very fast, and very happy that we finally get the support from the U.S. After the demonstration for 5 months.
All right, well, guy out.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's such a big takeaway for me. Like the people here, they're fighting against the giant communist dictatorship, up like 40 miles up north, right? But also against so much propaganda. That's a lot of them. Oh my gosh! Do you have anything to say, Mr. Xi? Any comments, sir? He looks like it. Hey, can I ask you a quick question?
Okay.
If President Trump was watching this right now, what would you tell him?
President Trump, please liberate Hong Kong, and thank you for signing the S-1838.
And how long are you willing to fight for the 5 demands?
It's not for yes and forever, not a yes or no for one time.
Until they're met.
Until the Hong Kong have the full autonomy and the full democracy.
There you have it. Very serious. Thank you so much. Hey, can I take a look at this? Look at this. This is the most American thing, by the way. Really, in America, only the real Americans fly this flag. Ooh, look at this. Wow. Can I ask you a quick question? Okay. Wow. Man, something else. Man, I still can't get over this Winnie the Pooh here hanging. Oh, it's a noose. I didn't even notice it. I thought it was just going for fishing. But no, he's hanging. He is hanging. So, by the way, for everybody who doesn't know, Winnie the Pooh has a very strong resemblance to Xi Jinping. Right, and so he's come to represent Xi Jinping to the point that the Chinese communist censors have blocked any mention of Winnie the Pooh on the Chinese internet. Right? Very, very iconic look here. Wow. Wow. Man, look at that. Boom. Wow. What? Wow, look at that. Look at all the American flags. That is unbelievable. Oh, hey, behind us is a taxi. So this is very interesting. I wonder why there's suddenly cars. Because the protest... Oh, sorry. So suddenly there's cars. I wonder why, because this is a parade that was sanctioned by the police. Kind of interesting now that there's suddenly cars. I wonder why. Very interesting. Can I ask you a quick question? No? Can I ask you a question? No? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I wonder if this is just maybe the parade permit ended, or the police did this on purpose. Very interesting.
Could be. Very often they do it deliberately.
Yeah, very odd, right? Because normally in America, when you have a parade, the street is cordoned off and there's no cars. But this parade has been a couple of odd things. One is that for a long period of time, we're only marching on the sidewalk, not on the main street, making it very narrow. And now there's cars here. I wonder what caused that. Hey, can I ask you a quick question? Very short question. Is your English okay?
Yes.
If President Trump is watching this right now, what would you tell him?
Please help Hong Kong, liberate Hong Kong. We must stand to resist China, to resist the tyranny. Yeah.
And another question: the 5 demands. How long are you willing to fight for them?
Forever, unless they agree to they promise to respond to our 5 demands. Yeah.
All right, guy out. Man, that's such a common answer. Almost everyone I've asked has told me that they're willing to fight for the 5 demands as long as it takes. It's okay. It's okay. I have my... Oh, thanks. Something interesting to note. When I first got to Hong Kong, I noticed a lot of people holding their hands up in the air like this. And at first I thought it was just solidarity, but I think it actually stands for the 5 demands, right? The 5 demands, you see? Can we do one less? Oh, nah. It's just a joke. Because one of the sayings is 5 demands, not one less. So it's just a joke. Wow. This is a powerful parade, I have to tell you. Hey, can I ask you a quick question? If President Trump was watching this, what would you tell him? If President Trump was watching this, what would you tell him?
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you for support, and please let more people know our situation, and let the world support us. Not only the USA, but also the Australia, the Japan, the Europe, and even other democracy countries. Yeah.
All right, guy out. Yeah, actually, a lot of people have said that as well. They see America's support as a good first step, and it was a huge boon for them. Because I mean, you have to think, these are students, right, fighting against the biggest communist dictatorship, and the whole in Hong Kong, a lot of the media is actually controlled in one way or another by the Chinese communists. And so, so it felt, at least the sentiment they gave me was that it felt very alone for a long time. But with the support from the U.S., they told me that when that bill was signed by Trump, it was a huge morale boost. So many people have told me that. You see, take a look at this. Take a look. You see? So many people are holding up their hands. And at first, I thought that this symbol was just like, like a typical protest, solidarity. But I think it actually stands for the 5 demands that people are asking for. Hey, can I ask you a quick question? Is the 5 fingers standing for the 5 demands?
Yeah, it's standing for 5 demands.
Can we do this? Can we do one less?
No.
No, we can't.
Yeah.
Because it's 5 demands, not one less. Yeah, I have another question for you.
Yeah.
If President Trump was watching this, what would you tell him?
Thank you very much for signing the act, and it really encouraged us to fight for our freedom and our demands. Thank you very much.
So it gave you a lot of encouragement when you heard it. I see, okay. And another question. The CCP is very stubborn, very intolerant.
Yeah.
How long are you willing to fight for these 5 demands?
If they are still not giving us, we will continue to fight. Yeah, continue to fight on.
Guy out.
Oh,
Yeah. Almost everybody says that they're willing to fight for as long as it takes. Very touching. Man, the spirit here is very palpable. And the unity, too, not just the individual, but the unity of spirit here. It feels like most people are animated by that same, revolutionary spirit. Hey. Can I ask you a quick question?
Okay.
If President Trump was watching this, what would you tell him?
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much.
There you have it. Wow. So it looks like the parade split up into 2. Let's take a look. So down this way, you have some people. Well, let's go this way. That's where the American flags are going. So very interesting how the parade split into 2 here. And now we're the parade people are still going down, but now there's traffic. Kind of interesting. Again, so if you notice, we do have our gas masks and our helmets just in case. So far, everything's been fine. Everything's been peaceful. But over the last 6 months, a lot of these peaceful events have devolved into tear gas and rubber bullets flying around. So we definitely hope for the best, but we have prepared for the worst. Take a look at that. I've seen this everywhere. Heaven will destroy the Communist Party, that sign right there. Very, very powerful message, to say the least. Oh, hey, can I ask you a question? Oh, do you speak English?
Very badly.
Oh, well, do you know what's going on here?
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
So they're fighting against the CCP. What's your feeling on it? Where are you guys from, by the way?
From France.
Oh, from France. Oh, so you guys know a little bit about revolution yourselves, although it was a little bit different, right? Now they're fighting against the communists. Yeah, that's right. So what's you're from your country, France. What's your opinion of what's going on in Hong Kong?
It's very complicated to speak about politics. We are not really concerned about. We are not living this, so it's complicated to give an opinion. But I think, in general, I would say we are feeling that you have protests everywhere. It's global, so.
It's true, right? It seems like there's protests everywhere right now.
Yeah.
One thing I really found interesting is that I'm from America, and in America we can go on YouTube, we can go on Facebook, we can say almost anything we want. But here, whenever I interview somebody, local, they want to make sure they cover their masks, make sure they can't be seen. Like, do you have any feeling about that? That kind of like the fear of expressing yourself?
No, I mean, I respect each country, and in each country you have the different laws. Some in countries, some laws are stronger than in other. So as French, I don't have an opinion. I mean, I'm not home here, so I would say, yeah.
All right, well.
It's complicated.
It's complicated, but I feel like if in America or maybe in France, if we were in the same situation, we had to.
In France, I can say what I think about the situation in France, but here, I don't feel comfortable about giving my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. I understand. Yeah, if you don't know the full picture. Yeah. All right, well, thank you. Take care, guys. All right, so did we lose the parade? So I feel like it's split off into two, and now it's kind of sputtered. I don't want to say sputtered out, but I don't see where people are anymore. So let's go take a look. Maybe this way? It finished? Okay, well, hold on. Let's take a look. Okay, so it looks like perhaps the parade has finished. So let's sorry. Oh, there's still there's some flags over there. Let's go over there and see if we can catch them. So I mean, as an American, this parade for me was a huge sight to behold. I mean, just the amount of American flags here is just outstanding. Yeah, the amount of American flags you see flying in this parade, just outstanding. You don't see anything like that in the States, unless it's like Veterans Day or, yeah, pretty much Veterans Day, or maybe a Trump rally, you might see that many flags. But generally, you do not see thousands of flags just marching down the street. Yeah, I definitely did not expect that coming all the way or halfway around the world to Hong Kong. But anyway, let's see. Looks like they came back to this park. Sorry. Oh, yeah? It says it's not a nice sign. Where's Shanghua? This guy. Our cameraman is very frontline focused. Sometimes I have to chase him instead of him chasing me. Man. So we're back to the, looks like the plaza we started at. Oh, careful, careful. And, yeah, again, I mean, to me, it's like a sea of American flags. There's almost nothing more beautiful to see. So, yeah, let's make our way around. Let's see what's going on in the front. Take a look. Yes. Yeah, let's get into the middle of the circle and see what's going on there. See him? So we talked about this guy earlier. This guy has the hand endurance that I've never seen anybody have. I think yesterday I saw him waving this flag for maybe 5 or 6 hours. Very, very strong. Maybe that's his internal spirit coming out. Can I ask you guys a question? Hi? Okay. So let's say President Trump was watching this. What would you tell him?
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you. Make America great again. Make Hong Kong great again. God bless America. God bless Hong Kong.
Anything to add? I think he said it all. I mean, what else is there really to say, right? All right, guy out. Wow, look at this. Look at this. No, look over there, not here. Wow. My gosh. You know, it seems like almost everybody here knows the American national anthem by heart. It's touching. I know a lot of young people graduating from school in America don't know the American anthem by heart. Wow. Oh, look, and there's our friend. There's our friend with the Winnie the Pooh on a noose. That's that guy's probably my favorite guy there, right there. Hey, let's get out of the circle. Nobody else is in the circle. Maybe it's rude to be in the circle. Hey, can I ask you a question? If President Trump was watching this, what would you tell him?
Fuck him. Fuck him. I want to tell him that his regime will not last because there's 2 million people now in concentration camp in Xinjiang, and they are building concentration concentration camp everywhere in China's every province. I didn't want to tell him that. I want to ask him to read the history books. Just like Nazi, you can rule this country for a short time very well. I understand, but not in the long term. And history will give us the truth.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, one of the big things I've seen, people are holding up signs of Tank Man and signs talking about the Uyghurs in Xinjiang. And in China, you can't access that information, right? That they don't have freedom of speech. Do you feel like they're beginning to encroach upon Hong Kong's freedom of speech? I know they're introducing patriotic education into the Hong Kong school system.
Actually, they are actually already doing it. For example, actually in Hong Kong we speak Mandarin. This is our native language. Right now they are trying to force the secondary school students. They can only speak Mandarin in the Chinese courses. This is one of them. Another one is that they launched the education program actually about patriotism about to China, and they rewrite some of the history books. And the Chinese history books curriculum actually is controlled by the Hong Kong government. For us, we have no choice. We cannot tell them the truth. They are doing the brainwashing already.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the history books that are taught in school are actually government like mandated. Like you can't have an independent company publish them with the history that they found.
Actually, you can publish the books, but however, the educational board will not agree.
Wow.
And then, for example, in the history book, they never mention the Tiananmen Square incident, never. And even, for example, talking about the talking about the Japanese invasion of China. Actually, the whole that battle is actually won by the Kuomintang. You know.
Yeah, I do know.
It's not what the communists did. I mean, but they are trying to rewrite everything. Yeah.
Do you have any friends in the mainland?
Yeah, but yes, I have a journalist friend. He is mainlander. He tried to contact me during this protest. I didn't reply him because, from my point of view, they are all spies. Yeah.
Because sometimes I speak to like my mainland friends, and it's a little bit frustrating because of what you said. Like, in schools they're not taught these things, and they assume it's wrong. It's not true. They're like, nah, that's not true. That's like anti-China, Western imperialist lies. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is actually it's complicated because actually the same thing also happened in Hong Kong, you know. Not just in China, people are very easy to brainwash, even Hong Kong people. You know, right now in Hong Kong there's two main parties. One is actually pro-Beijing, another one is pro-democracy, you can say so. But however, if you read the documents and the records from the Legislative Council, you can see that actually the Democracy Party also votes for the policy that is pro-Beijing. I mean, is there any true pro-democratic party in Hong Kong? No. There was once in 2016. There's some youngsters truly fight for Hong Kong freedom, but they are being disqualified by the government.
That's right. They got locked up, right? Joshua Wong and
Edward Leung. Yeah. I mean, you look at these people. I can hardly say if they are already awakened or brainwashed, because still many people, they are still fooled by the fake democracy party. People never read history book. People never read record. They just believe.
Yeah. So we did have that election, right, where 17 out of the 18 districts were flipped to pro. So when you say no pro-democracy party, those candidates that were elected, what do you think about them?
Actually, at least one of them I know. They vote for a policy that is actually enlarging the power of the PLA in Hong Kong, the Liberation Chinese Army in Hong Kong. I would say I'm the more extreme ones in Hong Kong, you know. During this protest for 6 months, there is 3 times that some of the protesters, they formed a new form a new Congress. It's like People Congress, and they are suppressed. They are suppressed by the pan-democratic parties. I didn't vote. I'm very angry because I think we need a new government. We need a new Congress. I don't want fake thing anymore. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for that perspective. Yeah. A very, very interesting perspective. She was saying that, the truly pro-democracy party was pretty much done away with in 2016, and now she claims that even the pro-democracy party is like a controlled opposition type of party. Very interesting. Sorry? Oh, okay. So this is right here, the rally at the end of the parade. I don't know if you want to take a look at this. So for me, as an American who came here all the way, from New York, flew halfway around the world, it was a blast to be here, to be honest, to see this many American flags. I don't know if you want to do one more pan around to take a look. Look at this. Look.
Liberate Hong Kong!
Really, really cool. Really, really cool. I mean, honestly, where else? I mean, this feels like Ohio or something like that, or some other, like Trump rally, beautiful, very interesting. So, here in the middle of Hong Kong, you have a giant amount of flags, a bunch of students standing up to anti-communism. Against communism. And what's interesting is that it's not just young people. A lot of older folks are here as well in support of the young people. Very interesting. So, there's a lot more events happening later today. We're going to be covering them. Here we have, of course, our gas mask and our helmet. Luckily, nothing violent happened today, but, always prepared. So lastly, if you're interested in honest news, go to readepic.com. There's a description. In the description link, there's a button that you can click on and try the newspaper yourself. It's available in all 50 states in the U.S. Click on that button, try it for a full month for just $1 and get real news delivered to your home every single week. Here we are in the middle of Hong Kong, bringing you honest news. Signing off.
Goddamn communists! Goddamn communists! Goddamn communists! Goddamn communists! Goddamn communists!
Thank you for sending me to Hong Kong. I've been reading Epoch Times all the time.
Oh, I'm glad.
For 10 years.
Oh.
That's one of my favorite newspapers that tells the genuine and the whole truth of the inside story of Hong Kong and China. That's really good.
Yeah,
Even better than the Apple Times. So it's an Apple Times and Epoch Times.
Yeah. Hey,
It's never been manipulated and controlled by the communist regime. I think you're doing a great job. So if you're doing that, create a lot of news to strengthen you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me show you something. There was here, let me just find it.
And I've seen him, reporting the news on YouTube.
Oh, you did? Here, take a look. This was like maybe 3 weeks ago. So after the police violence escalated in the university, these 6 newspapers carried a front page ad for the Communist Party. Yeah, only this.
President Trump. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Mr. President Trump. Thank you, President Trump.